Hey guys, this is Tauna. Today we have the Chicago MagicCon preview panel. So this is going to have a lot of Dragonstorm stuff, and that was the primary kind of focus of it. They showed off a little bit of the Final Fantasy stuff that we'd already seen, so I'm not going to cover that. Some Edge of Eternities stuff, and then confirmed the last set of the year. And oh my god, I am so excited. The last set of the year is one that I've been very, very excited for once we kind of figured out what it was. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped for all of this. The Tarkir stuff is great too. Before we get into it, make sure you guys subscribe. You know, this is instant speed news. The panel has just finished 5 minutes ago and I'm recording this video right now. So starting up with Tarkir. So the headliner for the set is going to be this Mox Jasper. So it is essentially a 0 cost that taps, add 1 mana of any color, only if you control a dragon. So it's going to be obviously important in any kind of dragon deck to use this. There's going to be multiple different versions of it, as with all the headliners. We've seen headliners with the Aether Spark and with Edgar Markov. We don't know who the headliner is for Final Fantasy yet, though, but yeah, there's basically 500 of them that are going to show up in this retro artifact as the serialized card, and then we've got this, and then there's one other version that they haven't shown yet that's meant to be going to be shown off in a panel later on today. We've got Sarkhan showing up with a new mechanic, which is the Behold. And it's basically what it says. Behold, look at my card. So when he enters, you may behold a dragon. If you do, create a treasure. And that behold is basically choose a dragon you control or reveal a dragon from your hand. It's very similar to like the reveal lands kind of thing. Whenever a dragon you control enters, put a +1/+1 onto Sarkhan. Until end of turn, he becomes a dragon in addition to other types and gains flying. So yeah, just a dragon dude that gets bigger with more dragons, basically. And then we've got the Ghost Flame versions of him, 2 different versions of that. And god, this Ghost Fire. Oh, Ghost Fire. I think it was Ghost Flame. I think I've written that wrong there. Frame. It's just amazing. Look at the... Yeah. That's just really cool. All right. Then we've got the clans. The clans are being remade out of the ashes of the past. Revolutionaries brought back their old clans alongside some new spirit dragons. Now, the interesting thing is from all the previews they showed, they did not show any of the old dragons. Now, we'll get to that in a second. But first up, we've got the Abzan clan. We've got Anfenza Unyielding Lineage. And then we've got the new clan leader, who is Felithor, Dawn of the Abzan. Apparently, she's kind of bringing back and reconnecting the Abzan with their necromantic past. You can see like the spirits showing up here. Obviously, you can see, you know, Anfenza here too as the spirits. I really love the kind of golden spirit, kind of holy flame kind of thing that they've got going on. And this is one of the new spirit dragons called Betor, Kin of All. So they helped overthrow the dragon lords of old. Now, I don't know if that means that all the older dragons are gone. Like it would be very interesting to see if they're kind of sticking around or not. So far, they have not shown any of them. They've shown all these new spirit dragons, and the spirit dragons are allied with each of the clans. So like this here is Betor, Kin of All, and he's obviously allied with the Abzan. So he contains the collective memories of all the lost and drifting spirits of the Abzan. All right. We've also got Skirmish Rhino here. Now, one thing you'll notice, and I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I did, the art style for these is so similar to like the OG Tarkir. I love it. It just seems very kind of Tarkir. It's just really, really cool. The little flavor text here: slowly, with or without Ugin's health, the clans are recovering and adapting the long forgotten tactics. So obviously, you know, Ugin is back. They didn't actually show his card here, but this is obviously like, you know, the Ghost Flame, Ghost Fire, whatever it was, is inspired by Ugin there. We've got Narset, Jeskai, Waymaster. If you actually see the full art of this, she's like on a ship, and I think it was a flying ship too. You can also see dragons in the background here, which is interesting. Obviously, you know, she's a part of Jeskai. We've seen this card before. I previewed it yesterday. I'm getting my days, they're all mashing together at the moment because there's been so many previews. So obviously, you know, Spellslinger here at the beginning of your end step, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw cards equal to the number of spells you've cast. Then their spirit dragon to go alongside the Jeskai is Shiko, Paragon of the Way. So they have flying and vigilance. When they enter, exile target non-land card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard, copy it, and then you may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. So Flicker would be just crazy with this, right? Yeah, I think Flicker would be amazing with this, and that kind of ties into what Narset does here as well. Or casting cards for free, I guess, would work really well too. We've got Sultai back, and so does Sidisi. Sidisi's not leading the clan anymore. She is the regent of the Maya. Now, I don't know if that means there's going to be, like, she's not part of the clan, like not helping the clan at all, or she's just like, off doing her own thing. We'll see. However, they are led by Kotus, and he is seemingly undead. They said, the dead don't stop, and, Kotus isn't the exception to it, essentially. They also have their Spirit Dragon Tevel, the Balanced Scale, which we'll talk about a little bit later because we've got a preview card for them. However, it's a commander card, so I didn't put it in here because, didn't want to confuse you guys. He acts as the check of and a balance to the leaders of the Sultai while wielding both life and death in equal measure. Very interesting because obviously Sultai, you've got that necromancy kind of stuff going on there. Maybe, they make permanent death or something. I don't know, or bring rebirth or something. Into Mardu, we've got Zergo Thunder's Decree, and I love that the Mardu are using like this purple lightning here. We'll see it a little bit later in another card as well. Zergo's fucking ripped now, Zergo. And then we've got their Spirit Dragon here, Nariv, Heart of the Storm, leads from the front and is protective of his brave Mardu soldiers. Again, very similar to like the old kind of Mardu art here with like the goblins and stuff going along on the little horses. Are they horses? Yeah, horses and wolves, it looks like. And then we've got Alicia. So this is a new card for Alicia. Alicia's obviously, passed away here, but they honor her. They, I guess they kind of worship, not like worship her like she's a god, but like, a leader of the clan that kind of helps rebirth the clan, essentially. And there's got that purple lightning there too, which is just really cool. And this card alone is just really great in like a power 2 or less deck, which, Mardu will work really well with. The original Alicia was kind of that. And there was some stuff for it in Duskmorn as well. And then we've got this one, Inevitable Defeat, which is a nice card. I like it a lot. Reminds me of, there's like an Esper version of it, very similar to. All right, then we've got the Tamir clan. Tamir? I can't remember how that's pronounced. As the clan's strongest grapple and a fearsome warrior, Eshki took the mantle of the leadership and the title of Dragonclaw. So she is the leader here, alongside Urini, the song Unyield. Wow, my brain's fried still. Arani, the song Unending, regally flies over the frigid lands of the Temur. So that's their kind of spirit dragon there. We've also got this. This is really cool. So I think this is going to be a cycle, or they've got at least this one here, which is Abzan and Mardu, which essentially is very similar like the old kind of sieges, except these ones are kind of built around choosing a clan. So this works in either an Abzan or a Mardu deck, obviously. Or, you could use, I guess if you're in an Abzan deck, you might want to use the Mardu side of it. Who knows? But yeah, obviously this is like the two colors that kind of cross over between them has it. So maybe we see 10 different ones of this. I don't know. But I love this like borderless, like the war table kind of art. It's really cool. All right. Then we've got the commander card for Tevel, the Balanced Scale. So they look to be the alternate commander for each of the precons. Now, I covered the precons in the video yesterday, so make sure you check that video out. I'll link that at the end. Whenever they attack, mill 3 cards, then you may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Also, it doesn't have to be one of the ones you most recently milled. And then whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie druid. So you're going to be a lot of kind of reanimation with this one, and it specifically was built around zombie druids, or at least they talked a lot about zombie druids within it. So each of the spirit dragons is going to have 2 different cards, one in the main set and one in their commander deck. And these are the different commander decks. As I said, talked about them in the video yesterday if you want to check that out. There's also 5 different pre-release packs, and each of those is going to be have a seeded pack around whichever one, whichever clan it is. So, say you choose the Sultai one, it'll have a Sultai seeded pack included in it as well. So you can get like that Kickstarter to actually build a Sultai deck for your pre-release. You've got the bundle over here. You've got the collector boosters with Ugin here. That is a very different art to the one that we've seen on... Is that Ugin? Wait, that doesn't... I don't know if that's Ugin or Nicol Bolas. Because that does not look like the Ugin that we've seen before. That looks almost I don't know. That's very interesting there, though. We've seen the Ugin art for this set already, though, and that does not really look like him, in my opinion. All right, so into Edge of Eternities here. So in Edge of Eternities, at the edge of the Blind Eternities, there is a space system that's full of people and worlds never before seen. So they basically just showed a whole bunch of art for it. So we've got like breaches and these kind of, I guess we're looking at probably 2-color combos because this looks very like Orzhov in my opinion. Or maybe Boros. Yeah, either one of those kinds of fits it. Star Breach Whale. We've also got some of the older kind of like the previously seen creature types, but then they're kind of showing up in space. So like, Kavu they talked about here. So we've got Gorodoro, Loyal Lieutenant. We've got a Famished World Sire, Tapestry Warden here. This is a Baloth, or at least it's called Baloth Prime. You can also see Insectoids down here. We've got the Dawnsire, Sunstar Dreadnought, and then there's these. So these all seem to be like, I think these are a cycle of monocolored mythic lands, which we've seen the fact they're going to be coming in the Ultimate Guard, like Ultra Pro leagues. And there seems to be one of each color. We've also got Radiant Summit here. And then we've got different art for them as well, which seems to be like inspired by 90s, like 90s kind of movie posters. And they've got Tezzeret, Cruel Captain, and for some reason he looks like he's got no neck. I don't know if it's the angle of the artist, but like someone stole his neck. It's weird. But this is cool though. Like looking like a mini kind of black hole that he's making there with his arm. All right, and then we've got these here, which is the different different products that are going to come out with it, and then a little bit of a blow up here for the actual precons. We've got World Shaper, which is a Jund one around sacrificing your lands and then grow the back stronger. So that kind of reminds me of like the desert precon, except this one's like just all lands, assumingly, not specifically deserts. And then we've got Counterintelligence, which is proliferate counters and boost artifacts, so a Jesco one. Now, one thing that I like about this, and I'm going to think that it's going to be very similar to, if you look at the ones for the Tarkir set, each of them had like the face commander on it, and then up in the background they had their dragons, right? This has similar. It's got the like face commander assumedly here with the insect guy and with this cool robot here, but then it's also got a ship, like a spaceship. So potentially this is going to be like a Shurikai kind of thing where you've got a spaceship that can be your commander, like a vehicle that then has, this can be your commander listed on it, which is pretty cool. I like that idea. I think it's really cool. It also says 2 legendary traditional foils, not 3. So there's not going to be like, similar to the, what was it, the Bloomburrow ones? And then we got confirmation on what the last set is for the year, and it's Avatar: The Last Airbender. And oh my god, this is so exciting. There is just so much cool stuff here. They didn't actually show any of the cards or anything like that, but we did see a whole bunch of the art there. I love this. I think this is just really cool. And then we've got the Squareos coming out, which is another way that we kind of knew this was coming, was because they accidentally posted this early, the Squareos. I love the cabbage merchant there. So let me know what you guys think and what you're most excited for. Have a great day and goodbye.